Alright, in the last video I talked a little bit about the brush system, some of the theories behind it, and really one of the really significant divides. But in this video I want to show you how you work, how you get something done. No theory, just, well, there's always theory. I can't help myself. Alright, so we're going to go Lightbox, Default Sphere, okay, because I don't need to keep this sphere. I'm just going to start over, and no, I don't want to save it. I just want to get started. Okay, and so let me map this out on the side, what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to work first with the Move brush, then we're going to work with the Clay brush, and then we're going to start to introduce the Standard brush. Each brush is going to have a purpose. This is proportions. Okay, this is form. This is a knife. Okay, and obviously you go back and forth between these guys. That happens. Okay, and then other things that just help us. But if you know Move, Clay, and Standard, then you're getting there, and you're getting there fast. So first thing, let's go into Move. So I'm going to find it, but you know it's hard to find. So something else you can do is just press M for Move, and then you'll see it a little easier. And then you might see that there's a letter V right next to that. That letter V means that that's the next key. If I press V on the keyboard, it actually selects that brush. So a nice way to do this is you press B for the brush pop-up, M for the Move brush, Move brushes, or the M brushes, and then V for that specific brush. Okay, and then we have up here at the top a couple of important things. Draw size, focal shift, Z intensity. Right now we just want to focus on draw size. So I'm going to increase the draw size a little bit. You can also press S on the keyboard. That's what you'll see me do, is press S, because it comes up right underneath my cursor, so I just press S and move. There we go. Pull that down, pull it forward, pull it back. Okay, adjust the size. Look at this from a front view. Start to square it off. Alright, and you can already see the structure that I'm thinking about. Okay, I'm working on a face, so you can already start to see I've got the proportions lined up. Now the next thing I'll do is look at this kind of from a side view. It's not exactly a side view, but it's kind of a side view. And then increase my draw size and just pull the orbit of the eye back, roughly at the halfway point. Okay, pull out a nose, pull the side of the nose in, look at this from a front view. Okay, I'm pressing Alt. Okay, and just adjusting this. Alt is a nice little trick. You just press it and it'll move out and along the surface. Okay, so if you really want to dig in, you'll press Alt to just kind of push something. And what I like to do when I'm creating a face is I just get this very specific curve in here. It's the orbit of the eye, roundness of the cheek, and the masseter. Okay, and that really helps me set up the front of the face, because now I just come in and I'm like, well, that's going to be the cheek, and that's the masseter. Cool. Flatten the chin. Alright. Keep thinking about structure. Don't lose that. Careful what you do from an exact side view, because, doesn't always translate. And then let's put this in a little bit. Okay, dropping that down, pressing Alt, okay. And I can get a lot of form done this way. I'm going to press G, not G, sorry, F. F framed it too much. So let's just rotate this around. That's a lot of form. That's a great deal of form, actually. Now, if you ever get in trouble, and it gets a little wobbly like it is here, press and hold Shift. And what this does, you can see, is it switches over to the smooth brush. So you just press and hold that, and then you're good to go. Now, I don't have to do what I'm doing right now. All that smoothing. But for some reason I felt compelled. There's one thing I will say, though. I am smoothing intelligently. I have a couple of red lines I don't cross. Those are lines I didn't cross. I would smooth up to them. I would smooth next to them, in between them, but I would not cross them, and that's because they're structural lines that help me keep the form intact. Okay? Again, I'll smooth here, I'll smooth here, but I am not going to adjust that line. I'm not going to hurt that line because I placed it with the move brush. Alright. The other thing I'll mention is that I use smooth to create planes. I'm using it to create planes. So you got to keep that in mind. That's going to be really important. Okay. Let's hit perspective. Sorry. Let's turn the floor off. Okay, it's another little thing to learn. There you go. Boom. Alright. Push that in for some nostrils, pressing Alt. We begin to get something to work. Okay? Don't mind this artifacting that you see. Use that. Leave that. It's like a painter working with the largest brush and leaving the strokes in there. Okay, that's literally your polygon strokes are showing up. That is a fantastic thing to have happening. You want that. Alright, now we've used move. Now we need to talk about form and what the particular knife is going to be that we use. Plus, let's work on the overall shape of this head. Cool. I feel a little better. Alright. See you in the next lecture.